It might come as a surprise to you that in the short and tranquil gospel, which we just heard, Mary shows us how to deal with tragedy in our lives. The relevant passage is only one sentence, but it's a sentence in which every word counts. It reads, and some translations have it as, and Mary treasured all these things, reflecting upon them in her heart. Now, what are the things that Mary treasured? They are the events that surround the birth of Christ. But what is unexpected about this line is that it says that Mary treasured all of these things. That's quite unexpected. At least it struck me. If the line said that Mary treasured some of these things, it would be easy to understand. Some of the things surrounding the birth of Christ are truly wonderful. It would make sense to treasure the angels of song, the vision of the shepherds, a healthy baby boy that Mary brought into this world. But the text does not say that Mary treasured some of these things, but that she treasured all of these things. This is confusing, at least it was to me when I first read them, reflecting upon them on this feast, because some of the things that surround the birth of Christ were quite horrible. Remember that Joseph was ready to divorce Mary when he discovered that she was pregnant. Exactly what part of that near disaster do we imagine Mary was treasuring? We cannot forget the forced and difficult journey to Bethlehem in the last few days of a pregnancy and a profound disappointment that Mary must have felt as she had to place her beautiful baby boy in a filthy manger. What was there about these hardships that Mary was holding close to her heart? Nor was it good news that a wicked King Herod was trying to kill the child. His plans would eventually force the Holy Family to flee to Egypt. Was this something Mary would want to remember? What part of this evil and violence was Mary treasuring? It is helpful to know that the Greek word here that we use to translate sometimes as treasure actually means to hold on to or to accept. If we understand this word in this way, that the text is telling us that Mary is accepting all these things, all these tragic aspects of Jesus' birth. Why is she accepting them? Because she understands that not to accept them would leave her life dominated by anger, denial, depression. Mary chose not to live that way. She did not choose to live in anger with Joseph over his failure to trust her. She did not choose to live with depression over the impoverished and pathetic circumstances in which she gave birth. Nor could she deny that King Herod was truly trying to kill her son. Mary accepted all these tragic aspects of Jesus' birth. She held them. She treasured them. Because they were the way that the birth came about. By her example, she tells us that we need to deal with the tragic aspects of our life. She shows us how to do it. We must accept them. Yes, I have cancer. Yes, I am divorced. Yes, I have been hurt deeply by someone I trusted. Such acts of acceptance do not mean that the tragic aspects of our life are somehow good or beautiful. Our tragedies remain tragedies. They must be claimed as our tragedies, because it is only by accepting them that we can move forward and continue to live. But Mary does more than just show us the importance of accepting our tragedies. The second part of the text reads, reflecting upon them in her heart. Again, the Greek is helpful. The word here translated as reflecting is a Greek word which literally means to throw together. So the scripture is telling us that Mary first accepts the tragedies that she has experienced and then throws them together with the rest of her life. Mary shows us then a pattern of accepting and then throwing together. And what is important in this pattern is that our tragedies are thrown together with the rest of our lives. It allows the good to win. Yes, I am divorced, but I have friends who stood by me throughout this entire process. Yes, I have been deeply hurt, but I have never been more creative in my job. Yes, I have cancer, but now I see more clearly the beauty of life, and now I'm free to express my love to others. Bad things happen to us all. When they do, the only way we can move forward, the only way we can continue to live, is to accept the tragic things as part of our story. And once we accept them, we can throw them together with all the good things that are still ours. This is how Mary dealt with the birth of Jesus. This is how we can, with God's grace, deal with the tragedies of our lives. And we can continue to, as healthy and joyful people. And so as we pass from 2020 into the year of 2021, we have Mary's example to guide us. If there is some tragedy we have not yet accepted, let Mary, our mother, be our guide. Then we'll be free to accept the blessings the new year will bring. Have a happy and blessed new year.